for today's video, we're going to be going over the 10 things that I did to afford a Lamborghini. If this is your first time tuning into this channel, Lambo View, what I do here is teach you all the different ways that you could get yourself into a Lamborghini. I go over investing, finances, the mindset that you need to achieve one. So if that's your goal to one day have a Lamborghini, do yourself a favor and subscribe to the channel. I put out videos every single week. So let's get right into it. So 10 different ways, or probably 10 different things that I do differently compared to you. 10 things that I've did to get to this car. The number one thing that I would say on this list is going to be the fact that I built multiple income streams. Now, I would say that the average Joe just probably has one sort of way where they make their money. They probably, say for example, work a 9-to-5 job, most likely going paycheck to paycheck, not really saving a whole lot, probably 5% of whatever they're making. If you try to go about life that way, it's going to be very, very difficult in order to really build wealth. So here's a few different things that I did in terms of building out different income streams. So if you don't already know, I worked as a DJ for weddings. So that I've done for about 10 years now. I've done over 50 weddings a year and have built significant income throughout the years by doing that. Another thing that I did was started a YouTube channel. Not this one, it's a different one that has over 150,000 subscribers, and I monetized that after about a year into it. And the YouTube channel I've been doing for about 5 years now, so I make a ton of money through the channel as well. Another stream of income is going to be through working at a BMW store. So I used to work as a BMW genius at a BMW dealer. So that was another way that I would make my money. And then probably the fourth or fifth way is going to be through investing, whether that's investing in real estate or investing in stocks. So I would say that there's kind of five different ways that I've really massively built my wealth. Those are the 5 different ways. I will say that on the YouTube end of things, that there's 5 different income streams within a income stream. So that is probably one of the biggest advantages that I've had, and I've had the blessing for. So yes, I don't just rely on one job. I not only have a job, but I also rely on building systems that pay me in the background as well. So my YouTube channel pays me in passive income. My stocks pay me in passive income. Real estate also pays in passive income as well. My other 2 jobs, they are more on the active side of things, which is good and bad. They are good hourly rates for what they are, but you essentially don't want to spend too much time trying to build significant wealth or go down the rabbit hole of trading your time for money. Number 2, I turned my passion into a business. So the 2 biggest things that I'm passionate about is music. I like to mix music. I like to make people dance. I used to practice in my bedroom nonstop for hours and hours throughout the day. And then eventually all that practice led into a big income stream where I was able to turn my passion into a DJ and travel and DJ weddings around the world. Turning passion into a business is a huge thing. One of the biggest reasons why I would say that everyone kind of needs to do something that they really enjoy doing is because of the fact that I think in terms of decades. So if I'm going to make a move into something, I ask myself, can I be doing this for the next 10 years of my life every single day and not get bored of it? So that's a big reason why you need to make sure that you really enjoy what you do, because you need to be able to do it for a long time in order to become the best at it. So I do love cars, and so I started the YouTube channel around BMWs and cars. I like to teach about cars because I know the vehicles so well. There's people out there who also need help to learn about the car. So that is one big reason, or one big way that I was able to turn my passion of cars into a income stream. This channel that we have here, which is my most recent income stream that's going to be in the background building. I like to help people learn about how to manage their finances, so on and so forth, and also teach about Lamborghinis. So that is one big thing to take away. Do something you actually enjoy doing, because you have to become the best at it, and becoming the best at something requires repetition over and over again. The third one is going to be investing aggressively. So when I made all my money, yes, I've made good money throughout the past decade, and even from a early age. But one thing that I did was I made sure not to inflate my lifestyle. I made sure that I would invest a significant amount of it. What I was doing ever since I've made my money was invest about 50% of everything that I was making. So in my blueprint that I have, I actually write down or give examples of what exactly I invest into. So if you guys wanted the link to that blueprint, the link for it is right down below. Check it out. You'll make millions and millions of dollars if you do. But yes, there's certain types of stocks that I specifically invested in order to significantly multiply my income. So I lived off 50% of what I make. I would invest 50% of what I make because I always thought long term and down the road. And a big thing to learn or grasp the concept of is compounding interest. So learning how to compound your money over time is a big thing to know about if you really want not just one Lamborghini, but a garage full of Lamborghinis. So learn how to invest. Number 4, I lived below my means. So yes, currently, before I had my Lamborghini that I have right now, I was in a Honda Civic 10 months ago. So I still have my Honda Civic. It's my daily driver. I still live below my means, even though I have my Lamborghini here. But being able to live below your means is going to be a huge thing. If you are somebody who's spending a ton of money on cars, watch out for this, because your car could just be a money pit. So if you're spending a ton on modding your car, on spending a lot and doing work into your car, you could be losing a lot of cash that could be placed in other ways. So make sure you mod your car in a good financial way where you're not only buying expensive cars or modding cars, but you're also still investing on the side. But living below your means is a big thing. I still get things. I still get my own groceries. I drive a Honda Civic. I live in a smaller place right now. Could I get a more expensive Lamborghini? Yes, I could afford a Aventador, and I could potentially also get a Vuelto if I wanted. But if I did do that, I would be losing out on my future, where I could be using that money to invest. So living below your means is a huge thing. A lot of times whenever people get that promotion or a brand new job, they make more money, and then the problem that happens is they begin to spend more money. The real challenge that I challenge everyone to do is learn and make more money, but at the same time, learn how to deflate your lifestyle. So before I had my Honda Civic, I had a BMW and I had an Audi, and it was a really big step, or a really big discipline move, to be able to go from fancy luxury cars all the way down to a Honda Civic. But I will say that doing that move was a extremely powerful move, because it set me up to get the Lamborghini sooner. Number 5, I avoid bad debt. I have no balances on credit cards. I pay them all first. If you have any kind of debt, you want to take care of your credit cards first, because many credit cards, for the most part, they charge you 22% interest if you don't have that balance paid off. So you always want to pay off the highest interest debt first. Bad debt is going to be things that are 22%, things like credit cards, any interest rate at the making of the video that could be above 6 or 7%. You want to immediately pay that off. You want to take care of your debt first before you begin to invest, because if you're investing and making 10%, but then you had debt, that's 12%. Your net is going to be a negative 2%, which just means that you're spinning your wheels. So you always want to take care of your debt first before you even begin to invest into things like stocks and real estate. And only finance things if you can already pay it off in cash. Number 6, I focus on cash flow. What that is money going into my pocket every single month. If you can make money through cash flow, which is cash going into your pocket, or you can make money that is going towards your net worth, which is, say for example, payments that are going to your house, which help you build equity, or stocks as well. I make sure that I have a good cash flow. So this could be money from DJing, could be money from YouTube, it could be money from BMW. Focusing on cash flow gives you the freedom to allocate your cash in the right different directions, whether I want to make more aggressive payments on paying down my Lamborghini, or if I want to make more payments toward building wealth through stocks. Number 7 is I reinvest into myself and reinvest into my business. So a big thing to mention about making money is, if you want to make more money, you have to invest into yourself and build more skills. All what making money is having a good skill. So I'll give you a big example. If I'm somebody who's trying to invest into myself I would focus on spending my money on education, which, say for example, helps me get a degree, which down the road helps me make more money. You're treating your own mind or your own self as a business. And when you do that, you're building on your own skill and your own skill set, and you're able to make more money. I'll give you another example. Say, for example, I wanted to make money becoming a photographer. Well, I can't just kind of go pick up a camera and know exactly what to do with it. But if I was somebody who bought a course, or if I was somebody who bought classes where I could go in there and learn and become a really good photographer, and then use that photography skill down the road to book my own gigs and make money through photography, I just invested in myself by doing that. Same thing for myself. If I am making YouTube videos, a couple of things that I would invest into is a better phone or a new phone every single year, because I do make my videos on my phone, and that helps make sure that the content quality is really, really good. Or I would invest into different types of computer software that helps me publish and edit videos faster. Number 8, I would say I keep my expenses very, very predictable. So throughout the month, I keep track of all my spendings. I use this app called Rocket Money. It's really, really good. But Rocket Money will basically keep track of all your income coming in, and then it can categorize where all your spending is going. So I know exactly where all my expenses are going, and I don't buy things that are outside of my routine expenses. I keep track of what I'm spending for groceries month to month. I keep track of all my car insurance payments. And by keeping your expenses very, very predictable, it helps you able to invest better, because you know exactly how much week to week you could put towards your investments, or you know exactly how much you should be spending every single week. Number 9 is going to be staying consistent. So the one thing you have to know about getting a Lamborghini or becoming rich is going to be that this isn't going to be something that happens overnight. It's going to be something that takes years, and every single move that you kind of make, you need to be able to tell yourself that you could do this for the next 10 years. So that's a huge thing to note. Every big move that I've done, I've always made sure that I've asked myself beforehand, is this something that I could do for the next 10 years? Is this something that I could do for the next 20 years? What's my life going to be like in 20, 25 years? What's the potential of every single move, or what's the potential of this business? How much time throughout the week is it going to cost me throughout the week? Can this business move be something where it's not tied to my time, or where it's not tied to my location, so I could work from wherever I want, whenever I want? So a lot of people just kind of make moves and get jobs based off what they're going to get paid. That's not exactly the only thing you want to think about. You want to think to yourself, is this going to be something where I can still make money if I walk away from it? So that's how you really learn to make passive income and think down the road and be able to stay consistent with it. When I made YouTube videos, I've always told myself that I'm going to post one video every single week, no matter what. Whether I'm not feeling good, whether I don't want to do it, I have to force myself to make this one video every single week for the rest of my life. And having that one and me posting up the video, I've gotten a really good routine down. And then I will say that having that routine was something that was really helpful to make sure that I was posting every single week, and that consistency led to growth and eventually led to me getting a Lamborghini. But that consistency is not just limited to making videos or going to your job, but you also have to apply the same concept whenever you're saving. So every single week I stay consistent in terms of saving money. I have a specific amount that goes from my checkings account to my investing account. And so staying consistent in terms of financial things is also a big one. You also want to stay consistent in terms of, say for example, going to the gym, because obviously if you don't have good health, you're going to have a hard time making money too. So staying consistent in terms of staying healthy is also a big one that a lot of people don't mention. Number 10, last but not least, I treated the Lamborghini as a goal. So every single spending that I've made, I have always asked myself, is this going to be a move or a purchase that's going to bring me closer to my Lamborghini, or is it going to be something that is going to push me away from my Lamborghini? So let me give you an example. About 2 years ago, I had the choice of buying a Honda Civic, or say for example, I could have gotten a fancy BMW or a fancy Porsche. I basically told myself that what I'm going to do is I'm going to downgrade my car to a Honda Civic and use the excess money to build out a business and or work on saving more so that I can invest more. So every single purchase that I would make, I would always ask myself that question. So that was a big thing. I could have upgraded my house sooner if I wanted to. I could have got a fancy car sooner if I wanted to. I could have gone out to go party with friends and just blow my cash at a bar or a club. But I prevented myself from doing all that because my single goal with the blinders on was to get a Lamborghini no matter what. And the cool part of having a goal like that, which I'm sure that a lot of people do here, is going to be that your mindset or the discipline you have to finally get to a Lamborghini is going to be the same mindset that you could use to get literally whatever you want in life. If you wanted a big fancy house, the same concepts, the same strategy used to get the Lamborghini is going to be the same thing you would use to get your dream house or any material thing. But the goal of getting all those material things is not your end goal. It's basically the person that you become to be, which is going to be the real win, because along the way you do really learn to enjoy the process, and making progress is the key to being happy in life. And so ultimately that is probably the most important thing I would say. But basically most people think affording a Lamborghini is about making a lot of money, but that's not really the truth. The truth is about building the systems that make money for you. So keep that in mind as you're making your moves. Make all the right moves. Let me know if you all had any questions. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one.